5, 4, 3, 2.
What's up, everybody?
My name is Enosh Minnie, and I am here with
Savannah Perry, and we are
NewsBlue.
My name is Madison Hoyle, and I'm your researcher and your scriptwriter.
My name is Alejandra Hidalgo Torres, and I'm a reporter.
My name is Shavaya Perry, and I'm your host.
My name is Kamari Glenn, I'm our editor.
My name is Gabrielle Linton, I'm the scriptwriter.
My name is Joseph Harris, I'm your editor.
My name is Amina Rosar, I'm in charge of advertising.
My name is Enosh Minnie, and I am also a host.
My name is Donovan Howard, and I'm a researcher.
My name is Maxwell Jolly, and I'm a host.
And we are
NewsBlue!
Starting off with your local news. This past Saturday, March 22nd, BSU had their probate. This probate included Kappa Kappa Psi, Tau Beta Sigma, Alpha Phi Alpha, Zeta Phi Beta, and Iota Phi Theta. Congratulations to all of Spring 25. Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated is currently experiencing a lot of backlash and hate due to an incident that happened with the student Caleb Wilson at Southern University, who sadly passed away due to a tragic hazing ritual. Caleb McCrae, a 23-year-old who graduated in December 2024, was charged with manslaughter and criminally hazing after he punched Caleb in his chest. He also received a $75,000 bond after he turned himself in.
Hey guys, it's your editor here. And although Shavaya's covering Caleb McCrae, I want to shed light on the other two suspects, Kyle Thurma and Isaiah Smith. Although they weren't charged with manslaughter, their actions played a vital role in Caleb Wilson's death. From punching pledges to even trying to cover up the fact that they had brutally injured this man, leading to his death. And for these actions, I don't believe they deserve to be left out. Thanks for covering the story, Shavaya. With that being said, we want to say rest in peace to Caleb Wilson, as he was a college student just like us, with dreams and aspirations and talents. So this truly hits deeply for us, and we would like to take a moment in silence and honor him.
Some people say if you aren't a part of Greek life, you shouldn't argue about the situation. Others say it's serious enough for everyone to vocalize their opinion. But what we want to know is what you guys think about it. Hey guys, Shavaya here with NewsBlue. I'm here with
Morgan, Jalea.
Okay, so my first question to you guys is, do you think the intake numbers for D9 organizations will decrease since Caleb Wilson's accident?
Yes. Honestly, no.
No? Okay. Next question. Does the Caleb Wilson situation change the way you romanticize fraternity members? Because, you see them at a party like, oh, I need to go record them. Oh my gosh, look at them. They're so hot. Like, do you look at, like, cues differently after the situation?
No. I feel like it's different for everybody. Yeah. So it's like, it depends on where you go. I generalize everybody, but what happened to him was not okay. So like it do make you cautious. It makes me cautious.
Third question. It's kind of like the same. Does it change your perspective on Greek organizations in general?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm gonna say no, but once again, not downplaying what happened to him. But I feel like it makes you cautious and aware that it's real.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, last one, sorry. Do you believe the intake process for all schools should have been paused for a chance to review and make sure their Greek life is following the rules, no hazing, out of respect for Caleb?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it should have been a pause just to make sure. Because if it happened once and it's something going on in other schools, like just a little check in, just to make sure people are okay. Because it's like, what was going on? The reason why that happened to them.
Like behind closed doors, we all know what's going on.
Yeah. So I feel like a checkup should have been done just to make sure everybody good. Because like that was a big thing.
Right, well, that's all. Thank you, guys. It's Darty season here at VSU. And if you go to one of these Darties, make sure you, 1, go with people you trust. 2, don't get into random cars. And 3, if you go with a group, you leave with that same group. And always know your limitations when it comes to drinking. Speaking of drinking, let's talk about Juice Wars that happened on Sunday, the day of the Lord. A viral video has been going around, and all the students on campus have been talking about a girl who was seen on stage twerking with her pants to her knees as another girl poured alcohol on her. Speaking of that, at a different Darty on Friday, a girl was seen on the roof of a building twerking with a miniskirt on. Ladies, your image is one of the most important things we have, especially on a college campus. Indecent exposure is a Class 1 misdemeanor under Virginia law. Those found guilty can face up to 12 months in jail and have a fine up to $2,500. I understand you're young, it's fun, you want to go to parties, but make sure you drink responsibly because a digital footprint, it doesn't go away. Shavea here. I'm here with
Taylor,
Nakai, Alarian,
Elijah.
Okay, and my first question for you all is, do you think that indecency is too normalized on a college campus?
definitely, absolutely, yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Just like indecency, like exposure.
Okay.
Like, do you believe that this type of situation is a part of HBCU culture? Or?
No, I don't believe so. Yeah, absolutely not. It happens everywhere. It's like just a college experience. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to agree with you because I was like, I've heard of this at PWI,
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
everywhere, bro. It's not HBCU culture, bro.
High key, kinda, just a little bit though.
Okay.
Just a little bit though.
Do you mind saying why you think that?
I mean, cause like other HBCUs, like you know what I'm saying, sometimes they be doing something that's trifling, Like it's not just us, but like especially at like some of the bigger ones, you're gonna find some people that really don't mind. I mean, this happens at PWIs too, but it's not. I think it's also at HBCUs as well.
Also with PWIs, predominantly white institutions don't want to be seen in that way, so of course they're gonna cover that up more. With HBCUs, they don't really care, and especially lack of funding. You think they're gonna care that much? They don't even care about what we eat.
That's true. That is true. And then the last question, even if this girl grew up, not grew up, sorry, even if she grew as a person over time, didn't do these type of things at parties, do you think she'd be allowed to join any orgs? Like, do you think this kind of thing ruins her reputation?
Definitely. Honestly, yeah, I could say like why a little bit. Well, the internet follows you regardless. Like I think we all learned that. I think our parents told us that. Like the internet follows you wherever you go. So although she might change over time, become a better person, at the end of the day, it's still gonna follow you. They still gonna remember her as a girl. Like, oh, you the girl who did so and so. So although her face is not in it, people gonna talk. I honestly feel bad, but yeah, it's gonna follow you. Yeah, but I'm not gonna like my answer. I agree with it, but
Hey, editor again. Pause it here just to clarify that the girl they're speaking about is the same girl Shavea talks about in this clip right here.
A viral video has been going around, and all the students on campus have been talking about a girl who was seen on stage twerking with her pants to her knees as another girl poured alcohol on her.
Maybe that helps you, maybe it didn't, but I just wanted to provide you with some more context.
So, like, you gotta think about too.
the people recording, and if y'all saw the video, y'all saw people pouring stuff on her. Those
Alcohol,
people
yeah,
are
they're
just as wrong because you got to realize that's someone's kid, that's someone's friend, that's someone's sister, that's someone's child. So the fact of, let's say for instance, you, if someone did that to you while you were in a very vulnerable state and they were recording you, berating you, and even sending stuff to your family, that would really make you feel some type of way. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I felt nothing but hurt for her at that time, thinking about being in someone else's perspective. That's just how it is. So yeah, it can affect her with other orgs and whatnot, but I also feel like the people recording are just as wrong.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
But yeah, in terms of like reputation to join orgs, then I would probably definitely say that yeah, it's gonna affect it because they're gonna look at like your history, like everything based on that, and you know the members of the org kind of do in a way represent the org. So especially for the social orgs, yeah, it's definitely gonna hurt that rep for that.
I want to say, oh, sorry. You go ahead first.
Okay. You can take the mic actually.
All right. All right. So I want to add something to you. I'm kind of do like a healthy dispute. So unfortunately, you're right that they are just as guilty, but unfortunately, the culture, they're gonna focus on her.
And also their face isn't in it either. So that's like also the issue. So like with that, it's like, dang, like you go, my bad.
It's like, you're like,
But yeah, but it's still like messed up though because those people at the end of the day kind of got away with it as well, while she was, kind of exposed. And like, I don't know. I think for me, it's just like the fact of, well, if I was in that person's shoes, like you don't know what happened to them after. Some people didn't even bother to check on her and they knew who she was. Like that stuff, you gotta really think about how you really would feel at the end of the day instead of thinking of, oh, that's crazy, oh this, oh that, just from an outside view. Really think about like, what if you were that person? That would actually hurt you. That would, you would probably not even come back to the school. You would feel some type of way. So at that time, you'd really want someone to give you a hug. So why not just be that, like, be there for support type?
Also, to add on, her friends or whoever was with her was just as guilty as she was. It wasn't just her. Absolutely, her friends were just as guilty. If any of my girls, I would stop them immediately. So them girls in the video or in the pictures throwing whatever they're throwing on her, they're just as guilty because they're in the photo too. They might not have like as bad reputation.
Those aren't her friends.
But people still gonna look at her different. Of course, they're not her friends because they let her do that. But y'all are just as bad, honestly. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in because everybody focused on the girl, but I saw a couple people online saying her friends or her so-called friends need to be looked at the same way too, because that's crazy, like absolutely crazy.
All right, well, that's all I had for you guys.
Hello there. It's your host, Maxwell Ajala, coming to you from Virginia State University. Let's blue honest about our state news. We're going to be going from zombie deers to political development. Let's keep it P, and here's our problem. We're going to be starting with how camping is not for me, and here's why. When Wildlife started auditioning for The Walking Dead, I'm not going to lie, I want you to leave. Not joking. On March 25th, a deer was caught with CWD, chronic waste disease. CWD was discovered in Manassas National Park during a routine disease sampling after efforts to manage the park's deer population. Now, to be clear, we're not talking about actual zombies here. We're talking about a deer who has zombie like symptoms like stumbling, lack of coordination, drooling, excessive thirst, and general vacant eye stares, aka zombies. Oh, what's that? You may be wondering, how does this affect the everyday Virginians? Well, we're doomed. But in all seriousness, there's like 200,000 hunters out there in Virginia. You know what that means? Increased testing for these meats. Now, it's not proven that CWD can affect human beings, but health officials have sent precautions not to eat meat from infected animals. The Virginia Department of Wildlife has expanded their surveillance over CWD. And also, the park officials have declared a plan to stop the spread of CWD. On to a more somber story. Virginia has lost a dedicated public servant, U.S. Attorney Jessica Aber, who was found lifeless in her home on March 22nd. 43-year-old Aber was found in her home deceased, and through police investigation, it is said that she died from natural causes from her long-standing medical issues. Jessica Albert served as the United States Attorney for Eastern District of Virginia for the Biden administration. She took office in October 2021 after being unanimously confirmed by the U.S. Senate. What many Virginians might not know is the significant impact that Aber had on our community during her term. She oversaw a staff of approximately 300 prosecutors and personnel, handling some of the most complex federal cases in Virginia. She started out as a U.S. Attorney Assistant back in 2009, focusing on financial fraud, public corruption, violent crimes, and child exploitation cases. But beyond her case record, she was known for her commitment to justice done with compassion. How did Jessica Aber's work affect everyday people? Many Virginians benefited from her office work without even knowing about it. Under Aber's directions, the Eastern District secured millions of settlements from corporations violating environmental regulations in the Chesapeake Bay watershed. She also expanded community outreach programs between federal prosecutors and underserved neighborhoods in Norfolk, Richmond, and Alexandria. In one memorable initiative, Aber launched a youth legal education program that brought prosecutors into Virginia high schools to discuss the justice system and career pathways and laws. Jessica Aber's passing reminds us that behind legal titles and court cases, there are dedicated public servants working daily to improve our communities. Our thoughts are with her family and colleagues during these difficult times. With that being said, this concludes NewsBlue Keeping It P about state news. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Max Lajala, coming to you from Virginia State University.
Enosh here, ending with your federal news. And as we continue to pray for the families and loved ones that have lost their life in the plane crashes in 2025, as we see, Americans have now began to lose their trust in the navigation of the U.S. We believe that since the government is making these budget cuts, that may be the cause of these plane crashes. The government may start reducing funding for agencies that look over aircraft safety. For example, the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration.
Is the government in control of this? Some theories say that the government wants to control all airline and aircraft safety. Whether it be for political reasons or not, we still don't know. This might suggest that the plane crashes that have happened are either staged or pushed through different regulations, just so that different government industries can benefit from this. This can lead to less inspections, less support in safety research, and less authority for the rules that have already been made. All these things can lead to risk factors in the air. With all that being said, flying is still statistically the safest way to travel. Experts say that the probability of you being in a fatal accident in the air is less likely than any way of transportation. The first plane crash was January 29th, and the most recent plane crash was March 25th. In between those timestamps, we have had 21 total plane crashes, leaving 108 people dead. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family and loved ones of these victims. NewsBlue here, Enosh here, and I'm here with.
Maya Carroll.
All right, and today we are going to be asking her questions about the 2025 plane crashes. So first, do you think flying is safer now than before, or do you think these crashes mean a problem?
So first it started off with Aaliyah, and then now with this generation, especially with the discrimination on the plane, I feel like that is wrong to do. And if you're going to discriminate against somebody, and then I understand how they have the first class and the coach and stuff like that. Everybody is flying on the same plane. Everybody is flying on the same plane with the same pilot. That's what I'm saying. But now I see that it's more easier to get a pilot's license. So that is interesting because nowadays I feel like it's more plane crashes than what you know. Just like Kobe. It wasn't a plane, but it was a helicopter. And now you said with the crashes and stuff, I feel like you see it more now because it's more easier to get a job to be a pilot.
Thank you for that. Uh, my next question is, what do you think we could do to stop plane crashes from happening?
I feel like we need more equipment. And with the flight attendants and stuff, I feel like they need to be trained more in certain situations. And you know how they always say, oh, make sure if a plane crashes, that is not funny. It's not funny. And people are always making a joke about it. And I feel like if you was actually on the plane like that, me personally, I never flown in a plane. Cause I'm scared. I actually am. Ever since Aaliyah, hey, R. Kelly.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
All right, and our third question is, after hearing about these crashes, how do you feel about flying right now?
I feel like now it is getting especially scary. I would love to travel to Germany and even teach children out there. But with the planes crashing together, and even in the heart of DC, that is where the capital is. That really makes me worry about everything, especially now with the luggage and stuff. Did you hear about the airlines where they said they don't have that free check-in? Yeah. See, look,
They stopped doing the
they
free bags.
2 free bags. Now we just gotta pay for everything. Soon everybody gonna be traveling out the country and not coming back. I may be one, but hey,
Thank you. And for the last question, in a brief summary, what do you think airlines and pilots should do to make flying safer?
I feel like they should train the people that are on the planes, the pilots. So if a pilot, maybe I don't know if you switch out pilots or not on a plane. You don't do that.
They just have just a pilot and a co-pilot.
A pilot and a co-pilot. I feel like it should be more safety precautions, especially for people that need ADA, that need access to ADA, and accommodate to babies especially, because moms and dads, they're out there traveling around with their children, and it can be very very dangerous, and it can be everybody's always talking to everybody's always talking about how, oh, it was that crying baby on the airplane. But how should we train the flight attendants to help out with that? How should we train the flight attendants to help out with that? And another thing, once you go to school, we need to know that you're ready and that you can actually have and operate on a plane. Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Oh yeah, of course. Y'all go and follow NewsBlue. Shout out to NewsBlue. Thank you for having me.
And that's a wrap. This concludes our first episode of News Blue, as we kept it P talking about problems, planes, politics, probates, and parties. We hope you enjoyed. We really worked hard on this, and we can't wait to show you what's in store. With that being said, we still had lots of footage and bloopers left over. Instead of getting rid of them, we thought what better way than to just show them to you guys. So here are bloopers and a little bit of extra footage we had left over from this week's shooting.
Nowadays, I feel like, especially with going to school, we need to go to, I understand that they have like pilot school and stuff like that, and I really like it. Like one of my friends, shout out to Malik at Virginia Tech. He go to Virginia Tech. He want to be a pilot to this day, and I feel like he definitely can. But in this generation now, I feel like more.
With that being said, this can.
Follow NewsBlue.
Say it again.
Follow NewsBlue.
Say who?
Follow NewsBlue.
Say who?
Follow NewsBlue.
Okay.
Who? Follow NewsBlue.
You're right.
Follow NewsBlue.
You're not even supposed to be here.
I just want my meal.
All right, bro. Come on. All
All right. The mic a little wet.
You the only one that had it.
2, 1.
Give me 2 seconds. Don't move, because I'm not going for you.
3, 2, 1.
Government.
The Virginia Department of Wildlife has expanded their surveillance. The Virginia Department, the Virginia Department of Wildlife has expanded their surveillance over CWD. And also, the park officials have declared a plan to stop the spread of CWD.
People are saying like, okay, we can fly on this plane, but nowadays people are taking trains and stuff like that because of all the crashes. And then the luggage, why is I'm paying an extra $50 for a pound? That don't make any sense. So now less people are driving around. Flying around, and I feel like we need to actually see what's going on. The song is not half. The song is not.
All right. It's okay. All right. Try and finish up.
All right.
Or I don't understand.
With the planes now, I feel like we need more equipment. Equipment.
I'm sorry.
You making me laugh. I can't. This brother.
So it's not like an intro.
You should also be in the middle.
Oh yeah. Is this professional? Is this everybody? Wait, yes. Wait, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Can we see her? Do you want to scoot over a little bit more? There you go.
Okay. My name is Madison Hoyle, and I'm your researcher and your scriptwriter.
My name is Alejandra Hidalgo Torres, and I'm a reporter.
My name is Shavea Perry, and I'm your host.
My name is Kamari Glenn, I'm your editor. My name is Gabrielle Linton. I'm a scriptwriter.
My name is Joshua Harris, and I'm your editor.
My name is Amina Rosar. I'm in charge of advertising.
My name is Enosh Minnie, and I am also a host.
My name is Donovan Howard, and I'm a researcher.
My name is Maxwell Jolly, and I'm a host.
And we are
NewsBlue.